What is it about something that is made by our own hands that makes it so special? Well, I'm sure I don't need to go into details in regards to that, but I would like to discuss what goes on metaphysically when an individual puts their time, love, and skills into what they're making for you. Well, I want to thank you for stopping by our channel, Metaphysical Awakening. We hope your time here is not wasted in any way and that you enjoy the information given here. What I try to do is to look into our day-to-day rituals, habits, routines, whatever you want to call it, and seek some information in regards to what we may not visibly see. In this case, is it, all just mechanical, or is there another level to it? Are we moving toward, or perhaps have already started moving towards, a more mechanical world or lifestyle? Well, let's get into that. But yes, I just wanted to say that we do appreciate the kind, supportive words we've been receiving. They've been a great motivation for us to keep going, and we hope that we hope that you enjoy the information given on our website, and feel free to contact us if you have any questions about our consultation services and so on. Well, our day-to-day life involves some sort of routine, a schedule, or timetable, whatever you want to call it. It involves getting up at our usual hour, doing our necessary morning tasks, and running back and forth from the kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, living room, and so on. It involves going to the supermarket if it's that that day of the week when you go to the supermarket. It involves going to work and getting there on time, which involves suffering the morning commute or traffic. It involves dealing with the daily mechanical tasks that you do from this hour to that hour, and the usual lunch break you have from this hour to that hour with your workmate, or perhaps you have lunch on your own. It involves waking up with your children early in the morning and getting them ready for school as you're doing your best to prepare yourself for the day simultaneously if you're a parent. No matter what lifestyle we have, we all have our usual routines. How about that? We have more in common than we have differences. Well, anyway, the point is, our life, in a way, has certainly become mechanical as long as we have, our usual routine. Now, when you're on a nice holiday, how do you feel? Free, relaxed, unrestrained, inspired to do something fun, new and exciting. It's typical, right? Why is that? Well, simply because we're on holiday. We're vacating our normal routine, which really must restrain us if we feel completely relaxed, with this sense of freedom when we break out of it. So going back to, mechanical, you see life just doesn't seem to be meant to be mechanical, although there are some who find comfort in following the same routine each day for some particular reason, and for that reason I'd like to one day meet such a person, to have a deeper understanding as to why. Is it because they're holding on to something? It's certainly something to think about, but we're all different, and that's what makes us uniquely special. But for many of us, we like to break free from our, mechanical routine. We'd like to do something different and learn something new. We like to learn and experience, which in a sense means we like to grow, and we don't like it when we feel restrained. Our mechanical routine makes us, sad in a way, because we limit ourselves from growing intellectually, emotionally, compassionately, in the sense that if you're told to follow a particular protocol over and over again for each patient, each child, each person in our line of work, we become like robots. We become so mechanical that we limit ourselves from fully learning, appreciating, and understanding each individual for who they are. So this can be a danger to society. How many of us have visited a doctor or physician and felt like you are just a number? Not all doctors or nurses are like this, of course, but it must be terribly difficult not to become the way we may see them at times. The world has in some way become this way due to many changes in protocols to find ways to be more efficient, more productive, but above all, make profit. Everything, no matter what field we're in, has become more business minded and less people minded. And it's not easy to not fall into that trap when you live in a world where we need to pay the bills and live as comfortably as we can. Life is already full of so much stress from all different angles that we'd like to combat that by cushioning ourselves with some form of comfort, such as treating yourself to a nice frappuccino once a week, or taking up some sort of art form, or doing sport, or meeting your friends over wine to discuss what's going on in your life, or taking the kids to the countryside for a picnic near a river. Basically, whatever it is that gives you some form of comfort and joy during those moments. Now, what if things such as, my favorite scarf, made by one of my best friends? What if these things that were made by someone who happens to love doing such things? Well, let's go into that. This is, my favorite scarf made by one of my best friends, as I said before, who mailed it to me. And when I opened up the package, I was in love with it immediately because of the bright colors, and she knows I love bright colors, and just knowing she made it especially for me made me feel special, made me feel good. And I know it may sound a little corny to some, but have you ever received something specially made for you with your likes and personality in mind? It's a different feeling from what you may buy from a shop with every customer in mind. They're catering to as many customers as they possibly can to make as many sales as they can. So it's just different. And what's more interesting is what you may feel from a big department store like Walmart, which is entirely different from a mom and pop store in your hometown or city. You feel a different vibe, and the level of care in choosing their products is different. Small businesses or family-owned businesses deal with many restrictions and hassles than many major businesses have to, but still you can feel the love because of the love and care they put into their business. And the same goes for those who are freelancing and making and selling products on Etsy or other similar platforms. There's something very special and unique about their personal service or their handmade products. When they finally come to you, the feeling you receive from the products you purchase, it's entirely different from what you buy off the shelf from the store. Why is that? Or perhaps you're wondering what I see and feel from such an occasion. Well, let's start with my scarf. As my friend was knitting my scarf, I felt her quietly, calmly, and dutifully choosing the right colors to put together. Dutifully in the way she carefully decided which colors that go together and in which order. And I felt her knitting calmly and being careful not to make the stitches too tight. And I felt her taking the time and her time in wondering about different things in her life, like dreaming about her future and her career, which she's very passionate about. I felt her worries too. I sensed her thinking about her family, what to do about, this and that. And I felt her thinking about new projects that are coming ahead of schedule and And most of all, I sensed her. And that's what's amazing about things that are handmade. Many things go into it than just, the yarn and stitching. Many things go into it than just, sitting and actively working with your hands. Life goes into it in a sense. Our thoughts, feelings, dreams, and more may become part of the things that we make, including, home cooked meals. Love become a part of it, and that's what you gather when you receive such items. And that's what I feel, with these items. So the next time you think about making something for a friend, family, coworker who have been hit by hard times, don't hesitate to put something together, something using your own skills, or perhaps learn something from, watching a video online. Nowadays, there is so much we can learn how to do simply by watching a video, thanks to the people who voluntarily take their time to teach us something that helps us grow as individuals and find a sense of enjoyment doing it. Who knows what we're individually capable of? And that's the fun of trying new things. As I mentioned before, buying something from a big supermarket or a big retail shop is quite different from buying from an individually owned or family-owned shop. So if you have time, look around your house and take appreciation of things that you've received from friends or family that were handmade versus things that were bought from big businesses, which tend to mass produce whatever product they're selling. Take the time to feel into those items and see what differences there are. You may find that there is much care given, for things that you have, the things that you have received as gifts, especially handmade for you. And it's funny because oftentimes, when I wear this scarf quite a bit, but I do have many other different scarves that I've bought from, retail shops and so on. But every time I wear this, just about, I see that people, take a longer look at it, and I've received many compliments about it, and or compliments on it. Wow, can't talk. But it's funny because the other scarves that I do wear, I haven't heard anyone say anything about them. So I do think that people feel it, they know it, they sense it, and say something about it. So there is something special. There is something special about it. Well, that's all for now. We appreciate the time you took in stopping by our channel. Hey, Boo Boo. Hey, Titan. And we hope you have a beautiful time with your friends and family wherever you are. Perhaps coming up with some new craft ideas for your home or for a family member or friend, could take up some of your time today. And if that's the case, enjoy those moments of coming up with those ideas and taking the time to make it. Or, enjoy baking some homemade cookies with your family. Well, take care, everyone. Much love from Metaphysical Awakening. Bye.